Jack Toledano, all or not according to Jack. How the heck are you? So I've been upstate last week, and I've been having some trouble with my email, my personal email that I haven't been able to. So when I record with my phone and I'm upstate, I haven't been able to get it to my work laptop to be able to broadcast it to you. So I have to wait till I'm back in my Long Island home in order to be able to get you some content. So here goes. But I am planning on buying my own personal laptop so that I can record more content for you when I'm upstate as opposed to downstate. I can basically record for you anywhere. I'd like to be able to do that. Uh, you know, I think better when I'm up in a more relaxing environment, but we'll see. I've got a bunch of expenses coming up. Like for example, my upstate cabin's going to need a new roof, so that's never fun. Anyway, so my topic for today, and I'm surprised in the 4 years I've been doing this, I haven't discussed this topic sooner. But those of you that are friends with me on Facebook know that I love nature and I am a bird watcher. So, and I've seen many beautiful birds up here in the Sacandaga region. Just like 2 months ago, I saw a couple of common loons for the first time. And great, beautiful, love that call. Uh, I had my on Golden Pond moment. But so anyway, so for tonight, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a slideshow and I'm going to talk to you about, wait for it. Oops, nope. Let's get out of there. I did that wrong. Let's share. There we go. We are going to talk about my top 10 North American songbirds. Fun topic. So, what you see right there, that field guide, that is the first um, bird book that I ever bought. Have it right here for those of you. But uh, if you look closely at those birds that are on the cover, they're going to get mentioned a little bit later. So just remember that. But in any event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share for you my top 10 favorite birds. Three of them came to my new feeder that Sam bought me for Christmas. Uh, Great feeder that it's a camera and it is motion activated. So when a bird shows up to grab some bird seed, activates the camera, takes some video, and from that I take some still pictures, and off we go. So bird number 10 um, is a bird that came to visit my bird feeder regularly in the winter and stayed around during spring. We're talking the Carolina wren. Is that a beautiful bird or what? So yeah, so he's got that white eye stripe going. He's got the buff on his belly. Uh, you know what? Let's get the pointer, laser pointer. He's got the buff on his belly. Uh, Here's a little more colorful picture. Here he's going into his mating ritual song right in front of the camera, spreading his tail feathers, which is cool. Um, Now, honorable mentions, I'm going to do them. I'm going to intersperse them throughout this presentation. In this particular case, the honorable mention is a house wren who actually, while Jason and I were up at the cabin 3 weeks ago, one actually landed on the railing right in front of my front door and started singing. They have a very bubbly, liquid song. hard to describe, but and they build nests in the country. And what's nice about them, they do fight back. They hold their ground and they fight back against house sparrows who try to basically steal um, cavity nests from them. But the Carolina wrens don't have that problem. Their problem is that they are primarily a southern bird and have extended their range north as long as we provide food for them. First time I ever saw one in my yard was when I put up a suet feeder. Uh, and I never knew how prolific and how common they were, but I love them just the same. They are very welcome visitors. So keep it coming. Next, number 9, the cedar waxwing. Wow, have you ever seen a bird such as this? Very exotic, very sleek looking. If you look closely, looks like, and that's why they're called waxwings because it looks like they have little wax figures on the red uh, wax tips on their wings and yellow on their tail feathers. They love berries, as you can see. A beautiful bird. Uh, First time I ever saw one was upstate New York, right in the Sacandaga region. When Sue's parents were alive, we were driving over to go visit them. And right on their block, I saw one of these right on somebody's lawn. It was the coolest thing. I have since seen a few of them on Long Island. Uh, the local park near me, Eisenhower Park, had a bunch of them feeding on berry trees. Cool bird. All right, next, number 8, the scarlet tanager. Red bird, not to be confused with the northern cardinal, which I'm sure you will be seeing a little bit later. Um, Beautiful bird. They are much harder to see than a cardinal because they're forest birds primarily, and these pictures people had to have good lenses that they telephoto lenses that they took them from higher branches, but they're red birds with black wings. This particular bird, uh, this guy, I took this picture at the Washington Zoo when I was down in Washington in early May. Now this guy is a young male. He's in the molting stage. He hasn't gotten into his red feathers yet, but he's almost there. But other distinguishing factor is that he flew by me and almost hit me right in the head unintentionally, unlike the mockingbirds that once almost intentionally hit me in the head. But more on those later. Honorable mention here is another tanager called the summer tanager. It's an all red bird. Uh, Granted, you don't see the scarlet tanager very much because they're more forested birds. The summer tanager, they exist in more southern regions. I'm not sure if they do come up to New York, but rarely. You don't see them that often. That is one, seeing its reflection. Okay, more on the red birds later. Uh, Excuse me 1 second. Where is it? Going to my cheat sheet. For my number 7, this is another bird that is a very regular visitor to my feeder, the blue jay. Yes, he is the one blue bird that comes to my feeder on a regular basis. He is a beautiful bird. He's about 10, 12 inches long, and he does bully other birds. He chases other birds away on a regular basis. He chases the cardinals, he chases the house sparrows away. He couldn't chase this guy away. This is a common grackle who doesn't come to the feeder as often, but the blue jay couldn't intimidate him into leaving. No, my feeder. But it was the blue jay that ended up backing off on that occasion. Too funny. Beautiful bird, though. Number 6. Okay, so before I get into the Baltimore Oriole, um, I had put up this bird in Facebook, basically stating, why can't we have more birds like this in North America? This is a bird, the black-chinned mountain tanager that you see in the Andes Mountains of, I guess, Colombia and Brazil and what's the other one? Peru, but don't see them north of the border. So I said, why can't we have those? And my friend Greg's like, oh, we do. We have the Baltimore Oriole. Granted, the Baltimore Oriole's a beautiful bird, and if you put some oranges out on a string, you might have a better chance of getting them to come visit, but not as beautiful as the black-chinned mountain tanager. So many beautiful birds, and we just don't get most of the beautiful birds are in this top 10. So we'll see what we have next. But beautiful black and orange with a little white on his feathers. I do see them on occasion. I had a female in my backyard right here in the summer. She is more yellow than the male, which is more pronounced orange and black. Uh, of course, there's a pesky team that bothers our New York Yankees. Uh, our Mets beat them in the '69 World Series. I'm talking the Baltimore Orioles baseball team, but I have nothing against that team. They just happened to be in our way that year. All right, number 5. So now we're getting to the top 5. This guy, the American goldfinch. So I have a ring camera, and I get some annoying people with some of the stupidest posts in that ring camera uh, neighborhood type watch type thing where it comes with all these different chats. And one day there was a chat where somebody took a picture of a goldfinch somewhere, I guess Levittown or nearby town near where I live, who was on the ground and he looked like he had been injured. Of course, they said, "Oh, did somebody lose a pet?" I'm like, "No, that is a Native American bird called the American goldfinch." "Oh, I didn't know that." Yes, you don't see them. I mean, I see them a lot more upstate. I see them in Pennsylvania when I go. I do occasionally see them down here. I once saw one when I was when we used to play pitch and putt at Jones Beach. I saw one, flew right by me with that normal roller coaster flight. Knew right away what it was. Uh, they tend to be more on the North Shore and the South Shore than in the middle, but I did have one in my neighborhood about a year ago. Of course, my neighbor 2 houses down has sunflowers, and these goldfinches, not only do they love sunflowers, they love black thistle seeds. So what I might do when I go to reinstall my camera for other reasons, I'm going to try to attract goldfinches by using more black seed. So we'll see how it goes. Honorable mentions. One I have seen, the yellow warbler, used to be more prolific in my neighborhood, but they're not. I don't see them as often now because I don't see because we cut some of our trees down, sadly. But this guy looks like Snoopy's friend Woodstock, but they have a very nice song. Have you ever heard one? And this one, say this 5 times fast. Say it with me. The Prothonotary Warbler. This one I have never seen, but he's equally beautiful. He's got a little more gray on his wings. They tend to be seen more in uh, the Midwest, the Chicago area, Ohio, Indiana, possibly in the Great Lakes region. We do get to see them here, possibly upstate, but I've never really tried hard enough to see one. I've seen a bunch of other types of warblers, but never the prothonotary. Hopefully, I will add that to my list soon enough. But otherwise, this is the top bird in my list that has yellow or gold uh, features in its body, the goldfinch. Also, it is the the state bird of New Jersey. Okay, number 4. I bet you were wondering when I would get around to this one. The northern cardinal. Uh, what's nice about the northern cardinal, uh, because they basically were a southern bird that expanded their range north, and because people put bird feed out, they're able to survive the winter in New York now. So I do see them all winter, as you can see. This is, I don't know, January, February. Uh, there's 2 males, there's a female. This little path, Susan and I, what we do is when it snows, we basically we snow blow a path on the grass so our our poor dog Miley can go do her business. She still has to go to the bathroom. What's very in so this is the mother cardinal, female cardinal. This guy saw his reflection in my camera. This might be the same cardinal, but he's actually seeing it from the other angle. They're one of the only birds that have that conical bill that they can really crunch seeds. Beautiful though. And also the reason they're so prolific is again they fight back. Here's one fighting against a bird that I hate, the house sparrow, a bird that was introduced in the late 19th century in Central Park. And what did they do? They spread so rapidly. They basically um, they've stolen homes from the eastern bluebird and the house wren, and made it more difficult for them to nest. But fortunately, the house wren, uh, I still see them upstate. I do see them on occasion on Long Island in the wilder sections where there are wren houses. I might erect one for them, but we'll see. Get lost, invasive bird. LOL. Never thought they could get as nasty as they do, but very happy to see that. Okay, number 3 is a bird that I have never seen before. If you want to see this bird, you're going to have to fly to southern Texas to, I guess, Galveston, is it, or San Padre Island to see the green jay. Never knew that there were other types of jays, did you? But absolutely beautiful. Again, uh, even if you live in Houston like my cousin Kevin does, I don't think you would see one. I have a friend who lives near San Antonio. He's never seen one. I told him that is your quest. Go south so you can see green jays. I would take a ride down there. They exist along the Rio Grande. They exist in Brownsville. They exist in Mexico, um, Belize, Costa Rica, I believe. And fortunately, they don't have to. They don't have to check their passports when they come over the border to our side. Probably the most exotic, beautiful bird we have, or one of them. Uh, honorable mentions, other jays that I have seen, the gray jay. Uh, this guy I saw at, there was a national park in Washington State called, oh boy, I I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, uh, I can't think of the name of the park, but anyway, we were sitting at a picnic table, and this guy landed on our picnic table, hoping that we would throw him some peanuts, which we did. We did feed him, and that's why he's very bold. They also called the Whiskey Jay. We also had Clark's Nutcrackers literally come right up to you, and you can put the peanut right in its beak, basically. Uh, what the hell is the name of that park? Uh, Mount something National Park. I can't think of it. Maybe it'll come back to me. Uh, One park that I do know of, Grand Canyon National Park down in Arizona, I saw this guy, the Western Scrub Jay. Uh, Beautiful bird. I also saw him in Sedona, Arizona, when Susan and I were there. Okay, so number two, beautiful, beautiful bird. This, for the longest time, this was my favorite bird, the eastern bluebird. This was a bird that was affected by the house sparrow. Idiots that released them in Central Park didn't know that they would displace these poor eastern bluebirds. These basically they look like robins with blue backs. So this is somebody named Sigu, giving him full credit for his picture. Here's another. Here's a male and a female. I When we were out in what the hell is it, Grand Canyon National Park, I saw a western bluebird, which looked more like the female eastern bluebird. Uh, Honorable mentions: the mountain bluebird, which lives in the Rocky Mountains, and the indigo bunting, which I have seen on the East Coast. Seen them at Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge, which is amazing. It's an oasis for birds right in New York City, literally right near John F. Kennedy International Airport. So they do compete with the planes, but amazing how the, uh, the loudness of the jets don't bother these birds. So saw the indigo bunting there. I also saw it at a wildlife refuge in Greenwich, Connecticut. Beautiful bird. Okay, to our number one. What is our number one? The painted bunting. Beautiful. Did you ever imagine that there's a bird in North America that looks like this? And yes, if you look closely, he is right in the middle bird, right on the cover. He's got some yellow, some red, some green, some blue on his head. In this particular case, he looks a little more purplish. This is the female. They don't normally come to New York or to the northern states, but somebody and I benefit from. It's funny. Facebook, once you show Facebook that you're interested in something, they feed you more sites to join and more pictures. So that's where I got all these wonderful painted bunting pictures. Actually, the only one I had to seek out was the female painted bunting, which is all green. But they tend to live in the central United States, central southern United States, in the states of Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, um, I guess to the Carolinas. They winter uh, in South America and some of the Caribbean islands. Also, they can winter in Florida. My uncle did say he saw one in his backyard in the winter, right in Daytona Beach, which is the coolest thing. What I would give to see one of these. I was just telling somebody the story. My son, who lives in Brooklyn, how there was a rare painted bunting at Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and it created a frenzy of bird watchers to come and try and seek out this bird. Wow, amazing, amazing. Um, there was a lady who said that she had one at her feeder in central Pennsylvania. That must be cool. Wow. Someday, someday I'll get there. All right. So that's our number one. Um, let's go to some honorable mentions, which did not make our list. There's the northern mockingbird, which normally does not come to the feeder, but they can come to the feeder in the winter if they cannot find other food. They do live on Long Island all year round. I never see them upstate. I think the northernmost point I've seen them is about 10 miles south of Albany. Okay, then there is the American robin, one of the most prolific native birds of all of North America. Here's a bird, the only hummingbird that lives on the East Coast, the ruby-throated hummingbird. See lots of them upstate, especially if you put hummingbird feeders out. Um, Basically, it's sugar water, but the risk with that is that you run the risk of them, how would you say, uh, attracting bees and hornets and yellow jackets, which you don't want. What I might do is I might plant some roses next year to attract them, see if I can get some. But so there you have it. I will stop sharing. That is my top 10 birds. I uh, I hope you enjoyed it. You know what? I saw other people put up YouTube episodes about it, and me, who I've been a bird watcher for I don't know, uh, 2010, 35 years. That's how long I've been watching birds. I have easily seen over 100 to 150 different species, whether you count shorebirds, which I see a lot of on Long Island, uh, some of the more exotic birds that I see upstate, uh, birds that I've seen in other parts of the country that I can't see in New York. Um, that's that. So this is Jack Toledano speaking for All or None according to Jack. I hope you all had a very happy Father's Day. Uh, to all the fathers out there, just keep doing what you're doing. It's, you know, being a father is a very wonderful thing. I just, I pray that more fathers take their role of fatherhood seriously. And that's that. I'll get off my soapbox. Have a good night. Uh, Next, we're going to get back into some of those 90-minute cassettes, so our best of cassettes. So stay tuned. Jack Toledano, over and out.